Hey, so I haven't uploaded in almost 2 months. Sorry about that, but I just wanted to make this video to explain what's been going on. Um, because like I if you have been watching me for a while, you know that I do go through periods where I just don't upload anything, and I apologize for that. But there's a reason for that. So I haven't said anything about this project at all, but I am working on a short Western film. And the film, without spoiling anything, is a project that I've wanted to do ever since I finished Foxy's Adventure in Scatman's World. Like, after I finished that movie, for about a week, I was thinking, like, well, what's the next thing for me? Like, what do I do now? Because I made my big movie. And honestly, within that time, after making the movie, I looked over it and I realized the movie wasn't as good as I hoped it would have been. I feel like a lot of the dialogue in the movie was not done very well, writing wise anyway. That the people, my friends who were in it, they were fine. They did the best they could, and I know they always try the best they can. And I know sometimes when I write dialogue, I write it like it's a fucking book, so it makes it kind of hard to remember all the lines. I even do the same thing with me. I read my own lines, I forget them almost instantly sometimes because I just write so much. But after I did Fox's Adventure in Scatman's World, and I waited a little bit, I was like, I was thinking, like, what do I do now? And I had the idea of a western, but I didn't know how to execute it until I actually like started thinking about it. And I was like, okay, well, what if I? Because if you watched Foxy's Adventure in Scatman's World, there is a section in that movie where the characters go to a desert, and when I was coming up with what to do with the western, I was like, well, I was thinking, well, I could just use that location again because we only used it for that movie, and it was a good location. It looks like an actual place out in the West. Um, it's pretty much just an old sand quarry that's just not in use anymore. So there's a lot of sand there and a lot of like dunes that are stacked up really fucking high. So I was thinking, well, what we could just use that, and I can't obviously go too crazy with the writing because I don't have money to afford things like log cabins, towns, horses. I can't do any of that. But I can buy costumes. I can buy that, and I can buy props. So when I was writing the Western, I had to keep all of that in mind. So rather than making this an actual full-length movie, I decided to make it a short film. It's going to be roughly 25, maybe half hour long, and it's going to be it, think of it as like the preview for a movie. Like, it's the first act of a movie before stuff actually starts getting going. Like, it's the first 30 minutes of a movie before the major plot develops, and that's what I wrote. And I wrote it that way because I would like to actually make this short film into a real movie someday. And I was thinking, well, what if I just made a portfolio of short films, and then if I can go to like college or something to get into filmmaking, make it more of a profession, and then I would have this portfolio to show off and be like, yeah, I made some of this, and then if possible, yeah, I'd love to make this western an actual movie. So far, it has cost me roughly $600 to make this thing, in the costumes, the guns, the props, like all of it together has amounted to roughly $600, which is the most I've spent on a project. I don't even think Foxy's Adventure in Scatman's World cost that much. If I had to estimate, I think that only cost me, I want to say, like maybe a little over $100. Not even. Well, I also gotta think of it too. I didn't really buy that many props for that movie. I think the only prop I really bought was a hat, a fake knife, and a wig. If I'm remembering correctly, yeah. Yeah, I really didn't spend much money on that. So going from like roughly not even $100 to like 600 is fucking crazy. I've never spent that much money on a single thing before. But um, so that's where I've been. I've been trying to make this thing. We just started filming. Well, I mean that's not fair. We did film 4 weeks ago, but the problem with that is that the scenes were not as good as I had hoped because we kind of rushed it a bit due to reasons I won't get into. But we rushed it, and I looked back at it. I was like, oh, well, we could have done better than that. So it took us a while because you got to understand, a lot of us are busy, especially me, because I'm usually busy most of the week sometimes. And my only day off consistently is Saturday, and that just so happens to be the day that my friend, my other friends are off. So we record on Saturdays usually, and the thing is, like, sometimes things don't go according to plan. Sometimes people they say they really want to come, but then something will come up, and it's like plans change, they can't make it. And so because of that, we've had to cancel filming for 4 weeks. The only reason we were able to do it today is because all of us knew, like, okay, this person can't come today, so why don't we just film scenes that don't involve them at all and just focus on that? Which is what we did, and it turned out pretty good. We got about 4.5 pages done of what we had to do. We still have another, we still have another 5 or so to go for just these very specific scenes, which again I'm not going to spoil. And I want to say this short film may release, if I'm being realistic, maybe 2 months from now. At the longest, maybe 3. Because the thing about these is that I always pictured they would get finished faster, but it doesn't usually go that way. I have to get used to that. The Foxy movie I made, Foxy's Pirate Adventure and Scatman's World, that I thought that was gonna take me a month to make. It took me a year. It took me a whole year to make that movie. So I gotta learn how to set my expectations reasonably, because I feel like I set them a little too high sometimes. But I'm not gonna be uploading the Western on this channel. I'm gonna be uploading on another channel I own called Gruffy Productions, which is a place where I will upload more serious films. Because with the Ethan Foxtail channel, this is more so dedicated towards skits, more so than actual films. Because like I want to differentiate. I want to put my serious stuff into a separate thing. So that's what I'm going to be using Gruffy Productions for. That's going to be for my Western. I have the idea of maybe doing a horror related thing, maybe a detective short film. Like I have other ideas, but the main one I want to focus on right now is the Western, which I've been preparing for since, I want to say, roughly January, February at the latest. So this has been in production for a bit, and I think I just want to say, like, it would mean a lot to me if people saw this, because it's something I'm actually passionate about. With Foxy's Pirate Adventure and Scatman's World, like, I was passionate, but I want to say, like, towards the end of it, I was not as passionate with it, because I had been working on this thing for a year, and I was just looking at those clips over and over and over again, and remembering the bad days where filming didn't go as planned, really made me kind of disdain it, as sad as that is. But like, if I learned anything from that experience, is that I need to work on my writing, I need to work on my delivery, and I need to work on my camera angles. Because one thing I struggled with that movie was the dialogue. I wrote it in a very specific way that's not realistic. It's very structured, and it's very like it's almost like a stage play. It's like you have one person talk, and then the other starts talking. You want to make it more natural to where characters will interrupt each other sometimes, and you want to do different camera angles, which is what I'm trying to do with this Western film. I've been trying to do more different camera angles, where a character will start talking and then the camera will change, but they'll still be talking. I want to do more of that because that to me feels more compelling than just whenever they talk, it's just the same angle every time. So that's what I've been doing. And yeah, I'll close the video out with showing you some of my favorite screenshots from today's filming session.